Hey folks, welcome back. I got another modification here at the house I wanted to share with you what I've done. We had the furnace replaced a couple years ago. It's a heat pump and air conditioner, 2.5 ton. That's the new unit. So the old unit we wanted to put into the garage. We were worried about overloading the generator in the event of an outage. There are lockouts. This one's the hot water tank, the dryer, and the cooking stove upstairs. That furnace in the house, the replacement furnace, has a 10,000 watt heating pack in it. So in the event that the heat pump doesn't keep up, it kicks on the auxiliary heat, which will run 10,000 watts. This old furnace, 15,000 watts. That's the unit we have. It's about 14.4, 14.5, somewhere around there with the heat pack that's in there. So I just sat it up to have cold air return enough to get it going, and built this on the top so that it would have a little bit of a trunk line to run the heat through. This is the thermostat. Right now it's set for 74. It's actually 61. It is calling for heat, and the furnace is not running, even though we are not on generator power. And I'm going to show you what I did and explain how I did it. So the 15,000 watts on that furnace plus the 10,000 on the house furnace, in the event that it was zero outside and the power went off, you're looking at 23, 24, 25,000 watts. That's enough to overload the generator, never mind locking out any of the other modules that's on there. So if we're not here and it was to overload and shut down, it just wouldn't make any sense. So inside the transfer switch on the right side, you'll see, we'll focus for us. You'll see these two wires. There's a white wire and a red wire. They are connected to a switch that's in there. That is actually called a Generac auxiliary generator transfer contact. Most of these are built into it. It's just 2 screws. Right now we're on the upper solenoid, this little red or yellow. That tells us we're on main power. When it transfers to generator power, that'll flip down and it'll run on the bottom solenoid. But when it flips down, it rotates that black, it's a little black circular plastic piece. See if I can get this to zoom in a little bit without, there we go. That little black plastic piece will go down and hit that metal, and it will depress a button that's under that metal, and it will disconnect the connection. So in regular house mode, when we're running on regular power, it allows current to flow through that. It does not supply any power to that switch. It's just a switch that happens to be there. When it transfers to generator power, it'll disconnect it. But if you wire it on the other terminal, you'll see a terminal in the middle, then it will work backwards. So when you're in regular supply power mode, it will not be connected, and when it turns on generator, it will supply power. So you can hook it up either way. And it's designed so that you don't have to have another additional lockout mode on one of these and add another lockout module or get into any of the rest of that stuff. It makes it real simple to just run your wire out here, and I'll show you, tell you how I got it ran out here to the transfer switch. So on the thermostat here, you've got your red wire, and your red wire comes from the furnace. So the way that it is hooked up is it runs from the red wire off the control board in the furnace. It goes outside to the switch in the transfer switch. It comes back inside to a switch here that I installed right there, and then to the thermostat. And if at any point that red wire has interruption, it will not tell the furnace to kick on, it will not tell it to kick off, it will not do anything. If it is running, it will shut off. So between having to worry about overloading the generator and having the garage door up, the kid shoveled the driveway. They had the garage door up for about an hour and a half, and the furnace was just running and running and running with the door up, completely wasting energy and making the electric bill go way too high. I put that proxy switch up there that I installed so that when I open the door or we're out of power and run on a generator, this furnace will not run. So I'll close the garage door, and as soon as the door goes down, you'll hear the furnace kick on. Now it's calling for heat. Now the furnace is kicked on. It's 59 in here. It's set for 74. Furnace is running. And then if I open the garage door or the power was to go out, it would disconnect that red wire connection. I'll open the door now. Furnace will always run for 15 seconds or so. Shuts right back off, even though it's not up to temperature. So that's a quick fix. If you have something other like a furnace, another type of heat pump, air conditioning unit or something like that, that's a quick little fix and a way to do it. Just a disclaimer, if you don't know what you're doing, don't be digging around in there. Get a licensed professional to help you. I'm confident with what I'm doing, but this is what I did for my fix, and it's the red wire based off my setup, but it could be a different color wire on your system. Thanks for watching.